Shalom, my friends. Welcome back to Code Searcher. This is another look into Isaiah. My access term is the Messiah. The width comes in at 131, which is a very small width. And it expands from 51 and on down. I have a couple of ELSs that came in around 56 and through 55 here. But what was really interesting was the verses that you see here that are highlighted are direct references of the Messiah, and they stack on one another, which was really interesting. Not only that, but there was a couple that crossed over the top that I've got highlighted that were, well, you see, they're absolutely amazing. Well, let's just do them first. We've got the access term, the Messiah, and look at this. Isaiah declares, "Have you heard?" Well, let's just read. The first verse I've got up here highlighted is 51:8. By my righteousness, and this is the section I've got highlighted. Some of these are partial verses, some of them are complete verses. But here I have, but my righteousness will be forever, and my salvation, which is here, which by the way is the name of Yeshua, my salvation from generation to generation. And look inside this verse. In an ELS, we have the word covenant is there. Covenant. Yeshua also comes in for my salvation. 57 or 51:7 around there. But I didn't highlight that verse. Yeshua also is an ELS that connects inside the verse. And on down, let me just move it over because I want you to see this. This is a partial verse in the plain text. I am the one who comforts you is there. And here's something very interesting. This is something or a way Yeshua referred to himself, which was the Son of Man appears. The highlighted verse here, let's just back it up, which is verse 15. I am the Lord your God who divided the sea whose waves roared, and the Lord of hosts is in his name. The Lord of hosts is his name, which is in the yellow here. In the black and green, we got Redeemer is an ELS. Redeemer is also here. Redeemer is also there. Yeshua. Alright. In the white, we have pierced. We all know he was pierced. Let's continue on and read the other verses I have highlighted here. Also, look here, the cross. The cross is there, and look, Jesus or Yeshua is in this verse as an equal letter skip. Alright. We've got 53:3. Starts right there, right under the access term. And by the way, these are going to come in at roughly 153 letters, folks, and it's not that much between them, but it just so happens that it hits each verse that speaks to the Messiah. And you'll see, he was despised and rejected by men, a man of sorrows and acquainted with grief, and we hid, as it were, our faces from him, and he was despised, and we esteemed him not. And if you recall, folks, in another access term I've done in another table to the Messiah, it began in 1 Samuel 10:27, which just about is a direct reference to this verse. You go and look and see what that is. Verse 5. But he was wounded for our transgression, he was bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement for our peace was upon him, and by his stripes we are healed. And that's right here. And here's pierced. It connects to that verse. Not only that, by the blood connects into that verse, and it also goes into the next verse. By the blood is there. Okay, verse 7, which is this one here. He was oppressed and afflicted, yet he opened not his mouth. Wow. Verse 10. Yet it pleased the Lord to bruise him. He has put him to grief when you make his soul an offering to sin. In verse 12, down here, the cross runs through these verses as well. Verse 12, therefore I will divide him a portion with the great, and he shall divide the spoil with the strong, because he poured out his soul unto death, and he was numbered with the transgressors, and he bore the sin of many, and made an intercession for the transgressors. This, my friends, is the only Messiah. It's Jesus, the Son of God. And Isaiah was proclaiming him. Have you heard, he says. We've got covenant down here in the blue. Covenant also comes here. Let me just move it down. And I did snoop on down to see what else was there, and really we've got redemption here. Pierced is over here. Really, these were the most impactful verses, but Isaiah declares Yeshua as the Messiah all through Isaiah, folks, and this is just another look. So God bless you. Look for the next video.